You can watch this in Dota TV if you buy a ticket. Ticket is actually very cheap, I believe, so you can definitely check that out. You should.
And you should. There's tons of amazing teams, talented, experienced. There's tons of amazing games and a lot of talented casters as well. So
Yep.
I would definitely check that one out.
A lot of different casters for all games, by the way. As I already told at the start of this match, well, actually before the match started, there is a lot of different English casters as well. So make sure you give everybody a little bit of love. As the clockwork gets picked up by G7, it's nice. There's not really... I say this, and I know that I said this before today, because Clockwork doesn't really have that big of a synergy together with anything else apart from the infested lifestealer. You can hook into something. But the last time I said that, the team that I said didn't have any synergy was the team that ended up winning. So who knows? Maybe this is a good thing for G7.
Yeah, maybe it is. The Clockwork in general, once again, you don't really want to fall behind on him because even one good hookshot isn't enough to make a game, but it's still a solid pickup, I guess. He could technically be played as a support, but should be an offlaner because so far their only support is the treant, and that's kind of weak. And Zenith, I'm calling it Ursa right now. I'm just saying it. I'm calling it Ursa.
If they go for an Ursa, they can actually have a Roshan level 1 even though they're Radiant.
Oh, and there's the Ursa ban.
Nice ban.
Yeah. Too bad. Because the Venomancer Ursa is a really popular pickup, but it's a really good combo.
It's really tough to run away from that. Like, there's two slows if Ursa gets a bit of levels. You have the Gale, and I mean, Ursa just kills you. No matter if you're a lifestealer, Ursa's actually one of the heroes that can go toe-to-toe with the lifestealer in a man fight and live.
Yeah, especially if there's a Wisp just backing you up with the tether, so...
Yeah.
It's too bad for Zenith, though. Again, I'm guessing they would have picked up the Ursa, but not getting it this time around.
Nope. It is the Shadow Demon that was the last ban for Zenith. So the Jakiro is the support that G7 goes for. You've got, of course, the Cogs. You can land a nice Ice Path over the top of that Macropyre. The potential is there. We just have to see how it works out. G7, their main concern right now is surviving the lanes. Because you already said, OD, not really a hero that is easy to come back with. If you are behind on the laning stage, he's not the hero that's going to be carrying you back into the game. Clockwork could be one of those heroes, but only if he has well, he doesn't need to win his lane, but she can't lose it. So lanes are very important for Neolution G7, and then they are in the mid game where they're up against an IO and a Phantom Assassin. So Zenith taking the page out of Alliance's book, and we'll be running the PA on Ice 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 this game.
Again, it's quite nice because her physical damage output is really important to have against a hero like a Lifestealer. With the Rage, of course, he's magic immune, but Zenith actually has a decent amount of physical damage with the Razor once he's stolen enough damage, and of course the PA now. So Zenith, they have a good... They can play really aggressive in the mid game, but also can really fall back on the PA in the late game. So a solid lineup so far, whereas G7, it really feels like they need to have a good early game.
Yeah, let's see who is playing what here, as we have Leo, the OD, on the side of G7. Will be taken on the mid roll, gets pulled a couple of regens and going for the Nil Talisman first. I mean, he needs that extra bit of help because he's going to have a hard time in that mid lane regardless. Kenji will be on the Clockwork, taking on the Suicide lane solo. We've got VR Cat playing the Jakiro. It will be Shoti playing the Lifestealer. Goes for open wounds first, already. That's interesting because, well, because there's no really a setup for him to go on. For him to get his open wounds going. But maybe he just wants to level it really fast to make sure that he gets the range on it. We've got Kali playing the Treant Protector, and that's, I believe, the last one there, as we might have some action already. Nope. Can't find it. Can't find it. VR Cat flying back to his tier 2. So I'll leave Zenith for you to introduce.
Yeah, it is XY on the solo Darkseer. I think this is the second time in a row. Yeah, he played the Darkseer in the last game as well. He's going to be on this off lane by himself. Should manage himself quite well. On the support role, it is Ice on the Wisp. Freedom playing the Venomancer. In the mid, it will be Yamate on the Razor, I believe. Yeah, he's heading towards the creep camp. Yep. He actually went boots first. Interesting. And on the PA, it is Ice Ice Ice.
Yeah, one thing that I like about boots first on Razor, I mean, nothing really breaks Static Link. apart from so no astral imprisonment will save you there. So the one thing that the Razor, or sorry, that the OD will try to do once he has himself that astral imprisonment on there, is try to run. So if the Razor is faster already, that's going to be giving him, or going to be giving Leo rather, a harder time there, as it looks like there's already going to be some support freedom hanging around with the guild. They don't see Leo. They know there was a rune though, and they know that he has to be there somewhere, that he's not going to let that lane go for free. Here comes the Gale, more slows, so even boost not really all that needed. This is going to be Leo already taking a ton of damage. Is it going to be first blood though? No, it's not. Did
you see that, the big armor? Yeah.
Poor train.
In the meantime though, oh, XY, really close to dying.
XY?
Pops itself though.
Oh, yeah, he's fine. Oh my god, that living armor. You can hit it on the ground and it will go to the nearest target, but towers have priority over heroes actually if you click it too close to a tower.
Oh, I didn't know that, but yeah, that was really unfortunate. Lucky for him, it really... Oh.
Wow. That's a kill that so shouldn't have happened. That's a solo kill for a Clockwork. That's misplay by Ice. Can't call it any other way. He's back in the lane though, but got harassed way too much by that Clockwork, and with the battery assault, that's a kill.
Yeah, and the most crucial part about this is actually that the pull was completely disrupted by that, and the lane will push now, so Kenji will...
Oh, they get a Gale off him though. Goes for the battery assault still. We'll be able to shut down Ice a little bit with it, but I don't think it's gonna help that much. Is there gonna be enough damage is the question. Ice actually can't get the hits in. Maybe now he can. Living armor will help out, and Clockwork will be safe. Nice battery assault. Nice save. And G7, with that first blood, I think they can count themselves very lucky.
Yeah, and now, again, the lane will be pushing in. Kenji will get a ton of XP. He's sitting on level 3 already because of that first blood. Will most likely hit level 4, maybe even level 4. Okay, he gets zoned out by the Venomancer, so... Still, quite nice for him. And Ice, he really has to be careful.
And that IO is very low. The flares hurt him quite a lot. He does have Tango sticking though, so that helps. In the meantime, Leo is still safe in terms of he hasn't died yet, but his last hits, it is 4-0 with the Amate sitting on 12-5. It is really sad. He can't win this lane without help with the supports, and the supports are doing things top that, I mean, this is debatable. Of course, this is not the best roaming combination to begin with, so Tree will probably not roam, but Jakiro can at least maybe sit behind the OD and help out. Maybe, you know, take some of the heat of the astral imprisonments. That wouldn't be bad.
Yeah, I think they could actually rotate once the tree hits maybe level 2 or level 3. I think a Leech Seed is actually nice to have. It has a slow and it takes away HP and gives you HP in return, so maybe even be able to dive. And of course, Astral Imprisonment can set up Ice Path, but looks like they just want to play it safe and farm up on the Lifestealer. They put priority on him. They did zone out XY out of the lane for quite some time. He now only rotates back in. He has been in the jungle for the past 1 minute or two, so...
Yeah. He did get level 3 in there, so he's gonna have that level 2 Iron Shell. Will be quite painful, especially to VR Cat, who is actually going for a bit here. They might be able to get him. The open wounds is there. There is still a surge though that should be helping him getting away. He dodges the Ice Path and will be able to stay alive. Living Armor keeps Jakiro up as well, by the way, so that will be good for him.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
But
attack.
nice attempt. Showing a lot more teeth than they did in the previous game.
Yeah, and XY, oh, he might have overestimated his welcome. Yeah.
Ice Path is there, the Surge is on cooldown, the Open Wounds is there as well. This should be another kill going the way of G7. And the Treant ends up getting it with the Leech Seed. So that's a good kill for G7. Their second kill, as we have got 22% in favor of G7. I respect you, I salute you. So far, you're doing good. 78% for Zenith though. I mean, that's his fan favorite. That is the favorite for the series to begin with. Even one of the favorites to take the whole thing, but we'll see how far they get if they actually make it through this first. Now, so far, this is not really working out too well for them, even though they're not really losing by any stretch. I mean, they're getting farm up on every one of their heroes, including the Darkseer, even though not as much as you otherwise want to. And the mid game is going to be the one where they can show their strength, but they're not really dominating the lanes as much as I thought they might be.
Yeah, mid lane is complete disaster though for G7. I mean, look at the level difference. Yamate is level 6, Leo almost hitting level 5. So, it's not looking good for them. I mean, 27-20. This is total domination by Yamate.
Oh, XY in a lot of trouble again. Surges himself away. Still gonna get slowed a little bit. In comes the leech sheet as well, and that might be able to get a kill here. One hit needed from Kelly, and that's indeed the case. Jakiro's Ice Path takes the kill in the end, but another kill going the way of Neolution. And I mean, this is just Leo then, with losing his lane real hard. Clockwork wasn't expected to win his lane, and he got a first blood. That's already more than you would have expected to have. But Leo is indeed, like you pointed out, I mean, he is just flat out losing it. Even though he doesn't die, but yeah.
Yeah, that would only be the icing on the cake, because this lane probably can't get any worse if he doesn't die. It's just, yeah, even last game, exactly. I mean, even last game he basically had nothing and he still was struggling, but he's even getting less now. Imagine
that. And we already said at the start, OD is not really a hero that is easy to come back with, purely because he needs that intellect to be able to do something, to be able to stay ahead. In the meantime, the haste rune up on Io. He looked to maybe try to make something happen here on the bottom lane, but ended up not able to go, didn't have the vision. It is nighttime now as well, so it's tougher to see your opponent. He is further away. And Yamate forces Leo away again, because he can. 6 last hits though. Leo. Oh, here comes the Io with the haste rune. Nah, just showing himself. Nothing else.
Just intimidating.
Intimidating indeed. In the meantime, the levels of the supports, it is the G7 team that is doing slightly better in that accord. I mean, we've got a level 5 on the Jakiro and the tree is level 4, while there's level 3 and 4 on Zenith. So 1 level ahead respectively on the side of G7, and that's of course because of the kills on the top lane mostly. And because basically VR Cat and Kali have not been rotating, have not been trying anything, have just been taking some jungle creeps as well. And just having an overall okay lane here, helping this Lifestealer farm. They do take a lot of experience on the lane as well though, because Lifestealer is only level 5 while the PA is level 7.
Yeah, they're really sticking around a lot. I'm not sure why, because they could be doing a lot more efficiently by just pulling and stacking and farming up themselves. But they're really not static farming this lane as they could be. I mean, teams like Team Liquid, I like to use them as an example because they do it really well. Just keeping the lane, well, just back there and farming on 3.
We are gonna see Kenji in a ton of trouble. The tether is there. There was already 1 crit. That's a second one, and that's a kill. Going the way of Ice. The cogs are still there. In comes Jakiro. Lands a dual breath. Ice Path misses though, and that's gonna be giving Ice maybe the opportunity to go in instead. It's fairly low on HP. Does have a ring of health. They will be able to pick up Ice. That's just a bit poor movement from him. Tower too strong, I guess. Well, poor movement or just tower too strong.
Oh, it's too strong. They were just sticking around too long, and there was no creep to tank the tower. In the meantime, though, XY is being engaged on the top lane.
Yeah, the leech sheet is there. He doesn't have mana for a surge actually, and he'll end up going down. He went for the soul ring to try and make something happen, but not able to do it. In the meantime, Jakiro able to deny a tower. G7, they're doing. I mean, apart from the middle lane where they're getting destroyed, they're doing really well in the other 2 lanes.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, the top lane, of course. I mean, I did say that they could do better, but they're still doing quite well for themselves, especially the Lifestealer. He has drums now. I like this item a lot.
Oh, hook shot in. They go for Yamate here, and they will be able to kill him off as well. Nicely done, and OD gets himself a kill with that. Gets himself a level with that, I believe, as well. So, finally able to get back. I mean, it will take a while before he is caught up, but it's the start. It's the start.
Yeah, he basically got 2 levels out of this, actually. He's now level 7, almost 7.5 actually, and he really needed that rotation from Clockwork.
Yeah, in comes the Clockwork back on the bottom lane, or at least continues to farm there. Jakiro still hanging around him. Looks like we have got Ice just being very careful though. He is actually waiting for the lane to come back to his tower before he goes to farm again. He's been farming really well, but he is still behind on net worth compared to the Lifestealer, and the sole reason for that is that Lifestealer has been involved in those kills. And XY is back on the top lane. This time there's no supports around the Lifestealer though, and that's going to be something that Yamate is trying to make advantage of. The infest out is there. There's a lot of damage being drained, so they can't counter-initiate, but they also can't kill off the Lifestealer. That's good.
I'm just wondering, looking at the lifestealer right now, he's dealing 86 damage minus 137.
Yes.
How do you deal minus damage? I
You
mean,
don't-
are
you
you,
don't.
givi-
You
are you
just-
giving him HP back?
No,
or-
you just don't do damage.
Yeah, but it really looks like, yeah. But still, 140 damage stolen, that's quite a lot. If they had engaged there, I think lifestealer would have dropped very soon, but
Yeah. Oh, we
of
might
course the
have a
TP support
relocate.
was there.
Yep, they're gonna relocate mid. They're gonna go for the OD. Leo, it's gonna be the target. Drops an Eclipse, but you can't drop an Eclipse when you're so behind on levels. It's a level 9 PA. She's got 20. Sorry, this is level 9. She's got 25 intellect. In the meantime, XY does chase around. They were able to pick up the Razor, by the way. That's a nice one. But yeah, the OD only has. Or actually, OD still has more intellect, but still not enough.
Yeah, and it's definitely not enough, and Razor, in the meantime, on the top lane, stuck around for too long. Not sure why. They saw that there were at least 3 heroes on top,
Yeah.
and
Dire's bottom tower
not sure what
is
he was
under
doing
attack.
there, but yeah. Kenji looks like he's going to pick up drums as well. Not so sure about that one.
Yeah, he looks to be going for it indeed. I don't think you can stop him. Oh, never mind. You can.
Going for the blade mail.
Yep. There goes the aesthetic link. Yamate chasing down that lifestealer. He's got a ton of extra damage and he was looking to use it. Nice overgrowth though, and Yamate, he can't use it at all. Macropire is bad for you. He dies in it. It is XY that's gonna get chased down right now. He still has a surge though, and should be able to make it out okay unless he gets hit by an ice path, which he's able to dodge. Nice dodge.
Yeah, overly aggressive by Yamate. I think this is like the 3rd time he tries to dive this tier 1 tower. Just with him and XY. I mean, diving the tower is not the problem, but doing it with just 2 heroes, at least relocate the Wispin.
Yep.
I mean,
that's your only disable.
yeah,
The tether.
exactly.
You don't have any other disable. You've only got slows, and you like next to slows you've got extra speed on the Razor.
Oh,
That's good.
XY.
Again.
He should be dead.
Open wounds are there. The surge will end soon. Here comes a relocate though. They're trying to save his life. Nice cogs. Kenji, I don't think that's going to be helping out your team all that much. It's still going to be Io that dies first. And the Jakiro lives. Ice, and XY on the run. Now there's no ice path anymore. And in comes Yamate. There will be a static link up on Shoti. He's infesting, making sure that he can stay alive. But with that, he is letting this static link go on forever. Kenji will be able to TP out. Trayan was the only one that ended up dying. Could have been worse.
It definitely could have been.
Oh, and they might actually, it would be worse. They will lose their lifestealer, and that's worse for sure. That's not worth it. Weird cogs.
It really isn't. Those cogs really hurt them a lot. They could have gotten a kill on PA and Dox here. Would have been a triple kill basically, but the cogs just trapped everyone from G7 in.
Yeah. Kenji, he is a traitor. He's thinking it's traitor mode.
Yeah. If XY actually had a wall there, that could have been a big turnaround, but of course level 9 you don't usually skill the wall just yet, but
Dire's
could have
top
been a
tower
turnaround.
is under
Still was really nice, the TP rotation coming out, and oh, that's just what? Mass disconnection.
Well, not from us. We're fine.
Actually music disconnected, so
Okay, no stats, people. I'm
No
sure you'll
stats.
live. You'll be back. You'll be back. I can't say that. You probably can say that better because you're German.
attack.
what? We'll be back?
I'll be back.
Oh, I'll be back.
But then he will be back because it's not I. Nice vacuum out of the cogs from XY, but he does still die on the top lane. Flare coming in from Kenji level 4. Too strong.
Yeah, he's sticking around on the top lane for so long.
And
He
he
gave away
keeps
4
dying.
kills. Exactly, 4 kills. That's quite a lot.
Yes, it is. In the meantime, they're still nicely farmed up PA though. And she's now highest level on the, or highest net worth on the map rather. In terms of levels, she's actually highest level as well. Quite a high level. She is level 11 and the highest level on G7 is actually the OD that was doing so bad. He is level 9. So that's a big difference.
And
In
he
comes
might
the
die
IO.
right now.
G7 gonna get slowed here and will indeed drop. No hope for him. Living armor, no tree. I had it on cooldown. He used it on the Jakiro because Jakiro needed it.
More important than OD.
Yes, I
Um,
think OD would have probably died anyways.
Yeah, I think so too. He did get to buy his mech beforehand, so that was really lucky for him.
Radiant's middle
So
tower
he didn't
is under
lose
attack.
any gold.
That's gonna be good for his team as well, because I mean they want to fight apparently, and they have been fighting, but they're starting to lose their control that they just got with having the control of their heroes that they normally bring. But the mechanism can help that out again.
Yeah, definitely, and it's really important to have that in big team fights. There's tons of damage coming out. Once Ice gets his Battle Fury and starts cleaving crits, getting a mech up is really nice, and of course against Vacuum, against Razor as well. Let's see what Razor actually builds in this game. I mean, was it yesterday?
It was
where...
yesterday. We saw
Yeah.
3 Razors, 3 Aghanim Scepters, and 2 Refresh Orbs, I believe.
Yeah, it's something about that. So yeah, looking forward to that. But I think Yamate is going for a more carry-ish build with damage and probably picking up a BKB next.
You're saying Eye of the Storm is not damage?
Yeah, well, that's true. But I think more like right-click damage.
Perhaps. We have a smoke up, by the way. Yamate and Freedom roaming top, looking to help the Darkseer again. Let's see what they can do with it. We do have an invisible tree. We'll be able to scout things out, and actually the rotation comes back to middle. Leo, the target, and relocate in as well for the Jakiro, and that's gonna be a 1 Astral Imprisonment. Jakiro getting stunned up for a little while. In comes the TP. Overgrowth still hits upon Ice. Hookshot in, and that's gonna be a jump forward from Ice into the cogs. Wants to take down Kenji, can't get it done because it got relocated first. They do take down the Venomancer, and that's the only kill that happens. Nice Venom ulti though. It does force everybody back. Almost kills off Leo. Because he still also had the right click ticking, but in the end, has managed to get back into the base.
And Shoti in the meantime takes down Razor.
Dire's
With
top
infest
tower is
damage
under
as well,
attack.
so...
That's insane. That's,
Yeah.
I mean, that was a gank orchestrated by Zenith, and they looked very good, relocated and everything. Ice was lucky to be relocated out of there because standing in fire is bad, and you know he got removed from the flames, so it's good. But yeah, that is the state of this game. G7 doing really well. They're not ahead in gold though, because that's in favor of Zenith still. 2k only, 1k experience in favor of Zenith, but these differences really don't mean much. There's only 1 tower down. It's on the side of G7. So the moment that G7 starts taking down towers, they'll be getting ahead on gold.
Yeah, and this last team fight, if it hadn't been for the mech, OD would have dropped rather quickly, and I think the Jakiro as well, so... Yeah, that definitely saved him. Nakes, or Lifestealer, looking to buy a Shadow Blade. Interesting pickup, but I think it's quite good. He's ganking a lot, and it's going to give him a lot more mobility as well,
They're
so...
going for the Darkseer again.
Once more.
Hello. Open wounds? No, he's waiting for the surge to happen. There's the open wounds. Now he'll get slowed when the surge is over. And no ice path will happen, but anyway, they're not going to try and chase that. Not past tier 1s. There could be teleports in. They don't want to risk it.
Yeah, and rightfully so. They don't really want to commit to this. Not like Zenith, who just dives every tower. And, oh, mid lane. They could go for Yamate, actually. He has a hookshot ready, but...
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Doesn't
Nah.
want to risk it. That's a blade mill ready up on Kenji. Next time he gets stuck inside cogs with Ice, Ice is gonna be sad that he hasn't finished his BKB yet. He does have his Battle Fury though, and that will help. His Ogre Club is in the stash, so that will be... Oh, missed hookshot. That will be his next item, so the BKB still will be there.
Yeah, and his farm in general looks quite good. I mean, he's sitting on 8k net worth, and this farm will be getting a lot better now with the Battle Fury.
Yeah, for sure. Especially if you can imagine a team fight, you can farm heroes then. If there's, because we've seen Kenji going for debatable cogs before. So if
Yeah.
if he cogs in his entire team, in comes PA. That's gonna be a very happy PA.
And even if there is no cogs, there's still the Vacuum to help out
Yes.
from the Darkseer, so... I'm looking forward for a Rampage Cleave.
Yeah. Let's see. Ice Path. It's by Yamate. Can they take it down? Eye of the Storm comes in to help out. They want to have the Jakiro though, or actually, are they just using it to get away? Just use it to get away with the surge and the phase boots. Relocate came in as well. Ice Path misses. Ice gets killed off. The other Ice manages to jump himself to neutrals and should be able to get himself out. TP's out back bottom, wants to continue farming, but another relocate gank failed by Zenith. That's the second time.
Yeah, a bit of a miscommunication. I mean, at first it looked like XY and Yamate actually wanted to engage,
Yep.
but then they decided not to, and then...
Then the others came in.
Exactly, so... Kind of indecisive whether to engage or not, and in the end was definitely smarter to not engage, but they had to drop the Wisp for that.
Yep. In the meantime, maybe G7 finally takes some structural advantages in this game. They haven't taken it down the tower just yet, and it looks like we also have Yamate already here to try and make sure that it doesn't happen still. But he has to be careful. From the side, here comes the Darkseer. It's got that mechanism, it's got that wall up as well. Looks like we're gonna see Zenith wanting to fight again. I'm not sure if that's the right call, but we'll see if it works out. There is an overgrowth again. Everything is up. Shadowblade is in the stash of Shoti. He'll get it with the courier right now. And it looks like they're not even gonna go in just yet. We even have got Kenji roaming around and going back into the forest and back to the mid lane even. You of course can always hookshot in from a range, but doesn't have a TP scroll to get back to the tier 1 faster. Tier 1 top, that is.
But it's really hard to push in against Venomancer with maxed Serpent wards,
Yes.
or Plague wards. They're really annoying to push up against, and the Razor of course has the Plasma Field as well. So they do have good counter push. And yeah, you can see already that Neo is just TPing down to get Ice. Oh,
Nice tether
overthrow.
though, he can relocate this, and he does.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Can even blink strike out of that, but the relocate will still be there. They might think about coming back. In the meantime, Razor goes down on the top lane. Astral Imprisonment holds KY or holds XY in there. Looks to be going down as well though. Does have another search right now. I'm not sure if it works out. Nope, it doesn't. That's another kill. Jakiro goes down on the top lane because Wisp and Ice came back. They want to go for the tree as well. And they can't see him though. And that's trouble. They had a sentry ward as first, but
They do have a gem, but it's somewhere. Where is it now? Someone bought a gem, I know it. Oh, it's in the courier. And now it's on Freedom.
there we go.
Dire's bottom
Well,
tower
kills
is
all over the board, going in favor of G7 still. They might have lost to Jakiro bottom, but they did get a Razor in return. The only downside is that it was actually Ice that was involved in that kill on the bottom lane. 2 Ices, even.
Radiant's top tower is under
And
attack.
that's kinda... You know, he is the one hero that they actually should try to shut down most.
Yeah, they're constantly shutting down Darkseer and Razor, but Ice basically remains untouched. And he's looking really good. He's actually 2k gold ahead of the Lifestealer. Will have his BKB in about 100 gold, and once that is up, I think they can take team fights even better, because aside from the Lifestealer, there's not much damage coming out from G7.
No, not at all. The Lifestealer is all that they have right now. They do have the Shadowblade offering some extra damage on the initial hit, which is great. They have the initiation power with the hookshot and the infested Lifestealer, also great. Their OD is not really able to get any damage out just yet though, he needs more. He has got the Force Staff and the mechanism, but he just needs more. It's very simple. And other than that, like, if they are able to shut down the Lifestealer, like, imagine a big fight, even with a shutdown Yamate. If he gets a static link off for a long time up on Shoti, then he won't be able to do any damage, and where's the damage going to come from then? It's going to be very tough for G7 in late game to actually still fight, regardless of how much they shut down that Razor, purely because they let Ice farming freely. Who now has a BKB.
I agree. But to be fair, Leo's actually doing quite well for himself now. I mean, he used to be like 2 levels behind Yamate and at least 2k gold behind, but now he's actually ahead. So Yamate's constant suicide missions kind of put him behind. But as you pointed out, the Razor is really good. He's just turning the strength of your enemy against them by stealing the lifesteal damage. So Yamate definitely can still make an impact in this game.
Yeah, we have a smoke up for G7. Yeah, they're going top. They're going for surprise XY again. Let's see if we can get a hook shot in.
And Zenith, they don't see it coming, so...
Oh, there's the Astral Imprisonment. That's gonna start things off. Here comes the Ice Path. And down goes XY. And down goes the tower as well with that. Dominating Kenji. Tower dies. The first tower to go down, but they do trade it for their own tier 1. Fortification will delay the mid tower from dying, but I don't think it matters that much. PA with the last hit there. Extra gold for Ice. G7 not backing off just yet. They have 5 heroes here pushing, while Zenith only has 2 heroes in the mid lane trying to push. So there should be a tower still going the way of G7 and still therefore making the towers even rather than just getting their own 1 tower.
Yeah, and it's a good tower to take down. It's quite nice just for additional map control. Ideally, they want to take, of course, the mid and the bottom tower, but the top tower is good as well, just because it makes farming the Ancients on the Radiant side a bit more difficult. And especially Venomancer is actually taking advantage of those. He's been farming Ancient stacks just by himself, just stacking and pulling them out with the wards. So
He's still the lowest level in the game though, so I don't think it helped him all that much. He's level 8,
yeah,
but the lowest level upon G7 is level 10.
yeah, he's really not doing too well for himself because G7 they had a lot more aggressive movement.
Hook
Speaking
shot.
of which,
Bye, Razor. Nice try. No.
poor guy.
Yeah, that was an infested clockwork.
He did just spend his money though for a Mithril Hammer, so he didn't lose too much.
Yeah, that's good for him.
And well, Venomancer even TP's out from the top rune because he knows someone is
I
coming.
don't blame him. I don't blame him one bit. But yeah, that is, I mean, that's a Minthorhammer for
PA.
Razor.
Oh wow.
Biolife, that was a crit.
Yeah, that was, I think, even 2 crits. That was insane amount of damage.
Poor life.
The first hit was definitely a crit, and he just bursted him down in half HP.
Level 17 PA. We know that he's the highest level on the map, showing for it as well. Used his BKB though.
Yeah, he did. I'm not sure why though. I mean, no, I guess he didn't want to get open wounded, but still.
Yeah, this is one scary Phantom Assassin. She's been in 6 out of the 7 kills. Hasn't died yet. She's got the highest net worth by far. Highest level by far. And G7, I mean, they've got Lifestealer that just melted under her hands.
Yeah, and and Lifestealer is their most farmed hero, so
Yes.
it's troublesome. But he's going to pick up an MKB fairly soon, so might be able to
Oh, there we go. Doing what?
to contest, to fight properly against him. I was kind of sidetracked by the notice by music.
Dire's top
Tier 1
TP
tower
coming
goes
in.
down on the top lane, so that's all Tier 1 towers dead on G7, but Kenji is looking for a hook. Looking for a way in. Don't think he'll be able to find one though, or is he? Hook shot? Nope. He's thinking about it.
The creep wave kind of blocked him. Otherwise, I think he would have gone for it.
You know, Delta split from Zenith will make it impossible for him to chase. And that's gonna be G7. I mean, they're losing their ground. They are slowly but steadily. I mean, they are ahead still in kills, but the gold graph going the way of Zenith, the experience graph going the way of Zenith. It already was always in the way of Zenith, but it's kind of going up now. And at the moment, there's no real straight way that G7 can come back to make everything even again, because they don't really have an equivalent to the PA. They can't really deal. They don't really have a way to deal with her.
That's true, but if they do 5 versus 5, I think they have a fair shot, because if you look on Zenith's side, all their XP and all their gold is kind of banked on the PA. If PA falls, there's nothing left on Zenith's side. I mean, of course, the Razor can steal damage, and teamfight with Darkseid is always great, but just speaking of gold or items and experience, these two heroes are not really looking that great.
Yep, PA has got a Manta already. Gonna be having a fight for Roshan soon, I think. Zenith does have a ward here. 2 actually. Well, they've one is about to disappear. But Roshan is gonna be an important factor. For G7, they kinda need it on the Lifestealer just to be allowing him to get unlucky crits against him.
Oh, Razor, once more.
Yeah, open wounds. The semi pops a BKB. He's probably gonna look to TP out, but I'm not sure why he doesn't. He's actually buying time for the rest of the team. Relocate in. They go for the clockwork. BKB also turned on by Ice. There is a vacuum though into Darkseid wall, and it does tons of damage. That's gonna be the Razor still dead, but clockwork goes down. Lifestealer goes down. Lifestealer buys back. Ice stuck inside the wall, but still not really worried about dying. He gets a stun and gets another kill. Darkseid with the last hit there. Now they back out. The Wisp will go down, but Ice will run himself out of this one. Or will he? It's a 4-for-2 trade. And a buyback from the Lifestealer they get in return for that as well. Zenith, I think for the first time, really winning a 5-on-5 fight.
Yeah, I agree. I full-heartedly agree. That was a really good fight, and actually, at first I had the same reaction you did. I was like, okay, Yamate, why are you not TPing out? But he just wasted so much time from Shoti.
Yeah.
Shoti had to chase him down and then still hit him, and in the meantime, PA just cleaned up his whole team. So,
Yeah, clockwork. I mean, that's a hero that should be having a lot of impact. He gets stuck in cogs with the PA. You don't want to have that. He probably wants to have a 4-stop right now. Actually, he has a 4-stop. What am I saying? Did he just get that?
I think he even had it, but to be honest, the force staff against PA is not even that great because he can just blink after
Yeah,
you.
but
So
delayed. He blinks in first and he
yeah,
force staff out.
that's true.
At least
that's
you have
true,
a bit
but-
of a cooldown time. But you're right, not for that long, and he'll just blink after you. Or blink after a more squishy target, whoever he thinks he can kill off fastest. Because that's just what he does. But with that fight, Zenith in the lead again, I think, in terms of setting the pace for this game. We're still going to have G7 looking for pickups because that's what they're doing. 5-on-5 team fights are not for them anymore. Pickoffs are the ones that they should go for, and even then, as we just saw on the bottom lane, they have to be careful because one pickoff on the wrong target and a relocate and a PA are there, and then, you know, you're in trouble.
Yeah, they really have to be careful, and the sad thing is that Shoti had to buy back, and that kind of put him behind in terms of getting that MKB. I mean, he still has one javelin now and is only 1.4k gold away, but ideally he would have had it by now.
Yeah, and he's gonna try to get some extra gold with the infest. Will camera work? Yamate again not TPing out. No, this time he couldn't though. But he, yeah, he'll get cocked. He'll go down. In comes XY. Maybe they want to try and do something. They don't have a relocate, or at least they're not close enough to go for a relocate with the IO and the Wisp being in 2 different locations. But maybe they're gonna get Leo. Jump forward, Leo. First half, BKB turned on. No Astro Imprisonment, and that will be Leo. Should be dying, but he keeps himself. Oh. Astro Imprisonment, delaying the inevitable, I feel like.
Yeah, he's just buying time for his team to TP in. But
Yeah, they were a
those
bit
cogs.
slow on
yeah,
it. Yeah. Well, nice attempt to save his life, but it was just not worth it. And in the end, both solo mids go down. I think that's more painful for G7 than it is for Zenith because they need they need that extra carry on the side of whoa.
oh, freedom. Oh, too bad.
Freedom dies. I followed the wrong one. The tree was able to get home. He blinked himself away and TP'd himself out. Gem of True Sight dies, or gets picked up rather, because it can't die anymore. Venomancer dying, and that's a Gem of True Sight up on Shoti.
Yeah, and this is actually really important for them to have because Zenith has taken away a lot of map control from XY. Force steps himself out. But yeah, Zenith has taken a lot of map control by just dewarding everything, and now it's, well, yeah, G7's turn to just deward everything.
Yeah, they just buy a new gem though. So
Oh,
that's gonna be good for Zenith at least. Well, they're not shy for money, I guess. One thing that I'm still waiting for is the Basher up on Ice Ice Ice. I mean, that's the one thing that you should be wanting to have for a lifestealer because, I mean, is the one disable that Zenith has is the tether. And it won't hit up on the lifestealer if he's raged, so you need to have that Basher to just shut him down as well. And with the movement speed that you get from just, you know, jumping after someone to Phantom Strike, you can just get those Bashers up real fast. But for now, not just having it yet, goes for the Manta Style first, completes it as well, has now also got a Helm of the Dominator. It's still looking very strong, and I mean, so far, the one thing that Ice has been doing is just, you know, killing off everybody but the Lifestealer first. And leaving Yamate to steal the attack damage from the Lifestealer while he just tries to run around doing nothing basically because he doesn't have any attack damage anymore. Rotation coming off from G7. They smoke up. Look for a gank on the bottom lane.
Yeah, just quick note, I think the Helm of the Dominator is actually a good pickup because last team fight it wasn't that sustainable actually. And oh, this could be a bad decision by G7. Then again, oh, Grazer's not here, so yeah, XY should fall.
Yeah, there we go. XY goes for the wall. Vacuum there as well. Here comes the poison. No fight. It's already gonna be Ice with this BKB. Forced off into safety for a little while, but he can't TP him out. It is Genji that drops. XY still goes down. Overgrowth doesn't really work. And that is gonna be the Jakiro. Probably dead. There we go. Can't really run. Looks like Kali at least runs. Jakiro indeed dies. OD dies. Zenith, I mean, look at Ice's HP bar. It's like
Yeah,
he
he's
wasn't
full
in the
HP.
fight to begin with.
He is just leeching on those crits and those poor supports.
Yep. And Yamate even still coming in. I mean, they have a tier 1 tower they can still TP into. Offering them a lot of control. Lifestealer, of course, was the one that was able to get away. He has the gem. He has to be so careful, though.
Yeah,
And it looks
and
like
he
they're
has the MKB now, but to be honest, he doesn't really get in range to actually get on Ice. Because even if he gets in range, I think Ice definitely wins the 1v1 fight, so...
Yeah, and for now, I mean, Ice has been constantly jumping into the clockwork, meaning he gets stuck in cogs, and that's actually good for Ice, because he can just, you know, focus on taking down the Clockwork, not worrying about a Lifestealer bashing on him, because Lifestealer can't get into the cogs.
Yeah, exactly. And the poor Clockwork, even though he has a Force Staff, that's not going to save him. And the Blade Mail is nice as well, but doesn't do damage against the BKB, so Ice just happily dishing away on that poor Clockwork.
Yep. And Zenith taking more and more control. We do have the Aegis in the hands of Razor. I mean, they're thinking, you know what, Ice doesn't die anyway, so just give it to Yamate. He's already died 8 times. We, you know, throw him a bone. But yeah, good call. For sure. He's got his BKB, he's going for an Aghanims. I would like to see if he still got a refresher up before the game ends. Yeah, 46% win rate against PA for Lifestealer. It is not one of his easiest opponents for sure.
Yeah, it really isn't, and I think Alliance has shown why PA against Lifestealer can be strong, and now Zenith just, well, proves the point as well. Just so much damage coming on with like 1 or 2 crits.
Yep. See, 2300 gold up on Ice. Is it finally gonna? Oh, it's gonna be Boots of Travel first. Okay, Boots of Travel in